opponent when it was only 1 day left to closing the NRM primaries.
I went and got form in the EC. So I came to the office of the registrar, NRM, Ulu district, and I found that someone has already got the stamp to be as a flag bearer of. As me, I know for sure that whenever there's 2 or 3 people who want a flag, there must be a primary election. But when I argue about it, the staff were undermining me.
We are in the community due to, more especially, the structures of the NRM that has been down with us in the community. I came independently because I've seen a lot of people fail in primary election through the structures. What happened? What really happened is that the NRM government did not try even to come down to talk to the community about the structure that is already involved within us, the community. So we feel so neglected. We feel that the people who are already in the system owns the party.
Tony Kitara, a lawyer, a politician and a businessman, blamed this on poor political mentorship with grits, which is continued thriving among the senior party members at various political parties across board.
At my age now, if I look at the current generation of youth, those who are at the age I was at the time I joined EYD, I do not see them enjoy the same opportunity like I enjoyed, because it was so easy for me to join politics at the time. The reason we organize this symposium is to offer an opportunity for this youth to challenge themselves that, okay, what do we do given the status quo? It's so difficult for them to penetrate. Even at party structure, even at joining maybe local council elections, even national elections, things are so hard. Politics has been so commercialized.
However, Osborne Cheng, the founder members of Campfire NRM youth groups who double as RDC Amur district, says National Registered Movement Party is a party for everyone, and the party policy give room to all the party members to openly compete in all the elective positions. Cheng encouraged these youth to never give up.
Individual will always cry because NRM is for everybody. It's a mass party. So a mass party with multi-ideological stance. When you hear people speaking like that, that's the more reason we need more of this kind of symposium. So that ideological bankruptcy is dealt with. Because ideally, no any positions in NRM is given. It is competitive. And you need to avail yourself to the electorate, and you're elected, you're not picked. There's no selection league in NRM. It is elective leagues. You present yourself and you are elected by the party members for you to represent them in these positions.
Jochi Bola, Gulu City NRM registrar, says such conflicts arise only when the party is growing, which gives them task to come out with new plan to accommodate all the members.
Internal fight where there's a lot of people and masses coming up, you will always get diversionary views because each one has an interest. And once you have shown an interest of contesting, doing this, you will get sacked. And for me, that's a positive cry when they are now coming up, because they now have to think beyond what they are. So for me, that's positive. If there was no cry, it is an indicator there are no members.
Stephen Okeno, for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Away from that story, now jetting to Greater Madi region, particularly in Ajuman district,
Thousands have received the free medical treatment and Alliance Master Seed in conjunction with the Agojo Secondary Medical Camp, which lasted for 3 days from 25th of Jan 2025 up to 27th of Jan 2025, which concluded yesterday, and Onjima Alan reports about that particular story.
Thousands have received free medical treatment under Alliance Master Shield in conjunction with the Agojo Secondary Medical Camp, lasted for 3 days from 25th of January 2025 to 27th of January 2025. According to Karode Xavier, the head teacher of the institute, the major aim of free medical treatment is to improve health status of people in the refugee settlement.
The exercise has been taking place here because our donors, that is the organization called AIMS, in full alliance in Master Seed, they operate in this area, and Agojo Secondary School is also one of the projects which has been there in their plan, and this is the organization which is behind the establishment of this school since last year. This is the second time such an activity has been taken.
Mora Sabina, a resident who benefited from the treatment, applauded the donors for extending such free service nearer to the community.
Amira erwa di dia drubang zaman tadi runca bahalo alo aya kan erwa di katia tirari suki la sala kala jala enya masa mikin yan masa erwa di maca dura ko mana anconca kan kaka ya ibu tujuh kiba ama dia ni ya bai kon kan kachika tanan.
Dr. Andama John Paul, a medical attendant at the free medical camp, said they have attended different categories of sicknesses.
We have attended a number of patients coming with different medical conditions. Some of the patients have already got all the services they need, whereas others may need other advanced care which may be provided by the district hospital, and also other investigations which may be outside the district. So many of the people who came for care have already got the services which they needed. Some of them have been done what we call screening, and then screening makes them aware of whatever conditions they are suffering from. For example, people have got screening for hypertension, they have not been knowing. People have got screening for diabetes, they have not been knowing. People have been screened for heart diseases, so it makes them to be incorporated into long-term care.
Meanwhile, Taban Data Peter, the resident district commissioner of Adjumani, comments on a diet of people since cases of hypertension in the district is alarming.
The Alliance Master Seed for the collaborations and our partnership as far as the district and they are concerned. So far we have an orphanage which they have opened, a secondary school which they have opened, and now they have brought this health camp. The health camp has done tremendous work. By yesterday, thousands of people received the treatment. Yes, it is true, as you've asked, hypertension has been a very big problem, and some of these things are just because of the types of food we eat, the lack of exercise that we don't do. You know, people have changed these days. Any small distance you want boda. I think people need to exercise themselves.
Charity Asara and Onzima Alan, reporting for West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Now moving to the mother city of West Nile region, I'm talking about Arua City. The border cyclists in Arua City and Ivo East have vowed to block a bridge connecting the two constituencies as the city leaders delay to fix the dilapidating section of the roads. Juro Joseph has details about that.
With the love for easy access to social services within your reach, road users trailing Central Division and Ivo East via River Osu and Ochiba Trading Center have vowed to take action against the leadership of Arua City. This is after several months have passed following a promise made by the leaders to fix River Osu Bridge after it was destroyed by heavy rains last year. A section of the road users expressed anger as the authorities have taken long without any action.
Last week, there's a guy fall on this bridge. No do anything.
Some of the eyewitnesses say the section of the road has put many lives at risk as they try to access services from the city center.
Now passing this way with the goods is not hard now. For you to go, you have to use the main road now, which is wastage of fuel. But like last time they broke this place, we are taking customers that side now, use the other side. But you take a person a long distance, but all the gives you still 1,000.
Abdul Hamid Majid vowed to mobilize the youth to block the road and demolish the remaining part of the bridge if the authorities don't respond immediately.
I'm going to organize a team to break up the bridge. Because the other time they came there, they bring hard stone to block the road. But people face a lot of challenge. It's like no leadership in this area of ours.
Wadri Sam Nyakwa, the city mayor for Arua City, says that the technical team is in the process of finalizing the physical design of the bridge before its implementation, and he confirmed the receipt of some of the money from the Central Division counterpart.
The engineer is now finalizing the design of how to do it. So we are committed about that issue of the culvert, so that the communication by road between Arua City here and that part of the Arua City Center, CBD, and Uchiba and the Dadam community up there can be facilitated.
The city council authorities had estimated about 200 million Ugandan shillings to be the total cost for the dilapidated road and promised that this will take effect in a period of 2 months by last year. Joseph Chura reporting.
Moving back to Greater Mali region, particularly in Moyo district, the government of Uganda has achieved great milestones in the different sectors across the country. This statement was made by Sekwama Julian, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner Moyo, during the 39th National Resistance Movement NRM celebrations at Chele Stadium that was on 26th of Jan 2025. Okumi Dominic was on the ground and he gives us reports about that.
The leaders stress that the government has done a lot to improve the infrastructural development in the schools, but the quality of education needed by the learners still remain a challenge, which is evidenced in the performance of the learners in the recently released primary leaving examination results. Anyama Williams, Chairman Local Council 5 Moyo, said the district is grappling with the challenge of the quality of education, which is evidenced in the recently released primary leaving examinations results, but urged the different stakeholders to take their responsibility and foster change so as to improve. The district celebration attracted a handful of party members who graced the occasion, which started with a parade and advanced to sharing of the achievements under the current government since 1986. Sekama Julian, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner Moyo, who was the chief guest, said the government has achieved a lot of milestones in the different sectors across the country and used the health sector as one of the yardsticks for measuring the achievements of the government in Moyo district, adding that the struggle still continues.
As we celebrate today, we need to concretize those achievements if we are to move forward. We are going very, very many miles ahead from where we were before as a country in all the different sectors. I'll give you a quick example. Here in Moyo today, when we have started the barrier of Arena 5, we don't know. Those are some of our milestones as a government. We need a healthy population and we need everyone healthy and alive. In the health sector, when we go to what is disturbing us, when we do us hear about malaria as one of our challenges. Malaria is no longer one of the things that is stressing us. So members, the country has made yardsticks in more milestones. However, we need to move forward.
Honorable Aleruto Maza, the Member of Parliament West Moyo County, implored the public to impress the numerous government programs aimed at wealth creation so as to better their lives economically.
Poverty alleviation programs under Operation Wealth Creation, programs that were under NATS, programs that were under Youth Livelihood Program, Youth Venture Capital, Development Environment Program, Grow Program, Yoga, PTM, all of these were mentioned by you. The cow, may people take over and take this so that we can alleviate poverty at household level.
Anyama Williams, the chairman local council 5 Moyo, said the National Resistance Movement government is based on 4 core principles, namely nationalism, Pan-African agenda, social and economic transformation, and democracy, adding that the people in the country has the mandate to elect their leaders based on the constitution of the country.
It has the 4 core principles: nationalism, Pan-African agenda, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. So the people of Uganda have freedom to choose their leaders in a very peaceful process based anchored on the constitution.
As CJ Bissam, the National Resistance Movement chairman, Moyo District lauded those who sacrificed their lives to liberate the country and implored the public to evaluate themselves based on the national theme for the celebration so as to contribute to the development of the country.
Sacrifice is not easy, so we thank those who have sacrificed their time, their life to liberate this country. Our team for this year's anniversary states sanitation for those who re-sanctified our homeland. This team challenges us, who are the drivers of the development of this nation. You and me, what are our roles to make Uganda a better country? This is a question we must ask ourselves.
Ongerto Jeska, the Chief Administrative Officer Moyo, urged the public to place themselves in strategic positions so as to benefit from the different government programs and stop opposing things blindly.
Where have I positioned myself to benefit from the benefits that have been put? But my question is, as Moyo, in the many benefits, where have we positioned ourselves? You see, with these benefits, unless you have positioned yourself properly and you're ready to use it, we shall be singing 49, 39, whatever years in vain. So I am requesting us, look at the different programs and ask yourself, me as me, what is it that I can get? And work towards it. There's nothing that is going to come for you on a single plate and say, come and eat. You need to work.
The 39th National Resistance Movement NRM Liberation Day was celebrated under the theme 39 years of NRM/A, salutations to those who re-sanctified our homeland. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
This time we are shifting away from Moyo and we are shifting to that greater Nebi region, particularly in Pakwati district. Pakwati district has imposed restrictions on animal movement following an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. The district has reported over 150 cases of foot and mouth disease in the sub-counties of Alui, Wadlai, and Ragem, with Ragem being the most affected, accounting for over 100 cases. Alfred Zawok reports about that story.
Pakwach district has imposed restrictions on animal movement following an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. The district has reported over 150 cases of foot and mouth disease in the sub-counties of Aloe, Wadlai and Ragem, with Ragem being the most affected, accounting for 100 cases. To mitigate the spread of the disease, Mr. Moses Arakeli Dalili, Chief Administrative Officer, Pakwach District, said they have restricted the movement of livestock and its products into, out of, or through the district. He added that farmers have been advised to strictly adhere to quarantine guidelines and avoid transporting livestock and animal products from one place to another.
Our field staff, in a routine surveillance, found that sub-counties of Wadlai, Ragem, and Alui sub-counties recorded cases of foot and mouth disease. Majority of the cases were found to be in Wadlai, and then again with one case in Alui. Consequently, we constituted a district task force chaired by the RDC, and we adopted measures to ensure that we contain the outbreak. Last week when we sat, total number of cases were 105, and more cases were reported. The number as we speak cumulative now is about 150 cases. Foot and mouth disease is a serious animal disease. We thought it wise as a task force to put restrictions in movement of animals.
Mr. Dalili further lamented that the district has also requested additional foot and mouth disease vaccines from the government to ensure 100% vaccination coverage. He is optimistic that the timely delivery of the vaccines will help slow down the spread of the disease.
Vaccination is ongoing. We have written the request for 40,000 doses of vaccines to continue vaccinating animals, to keep them safe during this period. And that's what we will do. These are entirely free. These vaccines will be administered free of charge. We were discussing options whether each farmers can do it at their cost, but we found that these vaccines must be accessed from government stores. They are not in private stores, so nobody should sell them from private facilities.
However, Twali Bashile, Deputy RDC Pakwach District, revealed that foot and mouth disease is a highly contagious viral disease that affects cloven-hoofed animals, including cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs. According to Ashile, the disease can have significant economic impacts on livestock production and trade.
Yes, it's true that we have a ban in one of the 3 sub-counties of Pakwach District that are being affected by foot and mouth disease. Last year, our Department of Veterinary, more especially the surveillance focal point person for diseases in the district, detected that there was a disease, and then this report was compiled, immediately sent to the Ministry of Animal Industry and Fisheries, MAIF, for which they sent their experts to verify whether this is what is happening on ground. It was last year around September. By October, results came out, and samples taken out of the farms in the 3 sub-counties showed that this disease was there. We tried to observe and look around and see. Out of the seven farms carried out, at least 5 were affected.
The restrictions on animal movement in Pakwach District are aimed at preventing the spread of the disease to other parts of the country. The district authorities are working closely with the farmers and livestock traders to ensure that the restrictions are enforced and that the disease is brought under control. This is a gateway to West Nile region, and we are in Pakwach District following the outbreak of foot and mouth disease. In Pakwach District, we have banned in 3 sub-counties of animal movement, that is in Wadlai sub-county, Ragem and Aloi sub-county. We have been speaking to the Chief Administrative Officer Pakwach District. He has enlightened about all these ban on animal movement in Pakwach District. Alfred Jawok, Camilla Stansha, West Nile TV, Nilecast. Ragem and Aloi sub-county. We have been speaking to the Chief Administrative Officer Pakwach District. He has enlightened about all these ban on animal movement in Pakwach District. Alfred Jawok, Camilla Stansha, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Let's look into this story again coming from Moyo District. The leaders in Moyo District are concerned about the quality of education in the district after the release of the recent Primary Living Examinations Board. The leaders raised their concern during the Liberation Day celebration on Sunday, 26th of January 2025 at Chelechelea Stadium. take a look at the story.
The leaders stress that the government has done a lot to improve the infrastructural development in the schools, but the quality of education needed by the learners still remain a challenge, which is evidenced in the performance of the learners in the recently released primary leaving examination results. Anyama Williams, Chairman Local Council 5 Moyo, said the district is grappling with the challenge of the quality of education, which is evidenced in the recently released primary leaving examinations results, but urged the different stakeholders to take their responsibilities and foster change so as to improve on the quality of education within the district.
The challenge we have now in Moyo in education is the quality. The biggest challenge we have is not the lack of infrastructure, not the lack of teachers, but the quality of the grades. We are able to produce quite a number of second grades, but our problem is converting those into first grade. That is where the biggest challenge is. And eliminating failures. This will be our collective responsibility. You all had, in the recent release, we got only 29 in the first grade. It's very embarrassing, very disappointing. But we should take it from a perspective of responsibility, so that we all challenge ourselves to work hard and improve this in the coming years.
Honorable Aleruto Maza, the Member of Parliament West Moyo County, said the public in Moyo have not impressed the government policies of liberalizing education, which has greatly affected the quality of education within the district. He, however, implored the public to impress the government policies if they want to realize better human resource.
Well, the results have just been released, and some districts performed fairly well, but as for us, in Madi sub-region in general, and in Moyo district in particular, our results have not been good. Have not been good enough. We haven't taken advantage of the NRM policy of liberalized education, democratized education, and privatized education, where anybody can come out and start a school so that you can get good results out of it. Our results have not been so good in the Madi sub-region and in Moyo in particular. We need to pick up the good policies that has been ushered in by the NRM government about education, the UPE, USE, and other policies related to education, and pick up from that and move on. Otherwise, we will not be able to raise the much needed human resource for our development.
Edema Wilson, the district sports officer who doubles as district inspector of schools, analyzed the primary leaving examinations results and urged the public to be contented with the little they have as they continue to motivate the teachers to do more. He, however, appeals to the teachers to conduct continuous assessments for their learners so as to realize better results.
Moyo has a 1.5%. That is a 29 aggregate in Division 1. I think that is a fair percentage. Grade 2 having a 618 in grade 2 is not a joke for sure. Grade 3 34.9%. That's a very good total. If you add that, it's more than 500 plus, which will close to 600. So to me that is a fair result. So I'm appealing to all the stakeholders that you cannot wake up one morning and attack people east and west that this is a poor result. Appreciate the little you have. Those who have contributed to this Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, at least we should appreciate them. That is the best way to motivate them to keep on adding more. But we are appealing to them, evaluate your performance from term 1 up to term 3, so that at the end of the year you will see what you have been talking about.
In the recently released primary leaving examinations results, Moyo district registered 29 pupils in first grade, 618 in second grade, 656 in third, 346 in fourth, and 238 pupils were ungraded out of 1,887 pupils who sat for the primary leaving examinations last year within the district. This explains why the leaders are questioning the quality of education in the district. Dominic Antonio Kumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Still the same face, same name, that's Oracle Benson Pastore. Now we are trying to look at what is happening in the world of sports. I can confirm to you today we are commencing with what's happening in continental football. It's all about the draws of the African Cup of Nations 2025/2026, and these games will commence on the 21st of December 2025 and will conclude on 18th of Jan 2026. And Uganda has been pitted in Group C. I know most of the Ugandans, they will want to hear where Uganda is pitted with which countries, and we are starting with Group A. In Group A, we have got Morocco. Morocco is actually the host country. They are hosting the tournament. We have got Mali, we have got Zambia, and lastly Comoros. Then in Group B, we have got Egypt, the Pharaohs, we have got South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. And for the Uganda Cranes, as I had said earlier on, they have been pitted in Group C alongside Nigeria. They have got Tunisia, Uganda themselves, not forgetting about the Taifa Stars. I am talking about Tanzania. Then in Group D, we have Senegal, we have Democratic Republic of the Congo, the neighbors to Congo, we have Benin, and lastly Botswana completes that's Group D. And then in Group E, we have got Algeria, the Desert Foxes, we have Burkina Faso, we have Equatorial Guinea, not forgetting about Sudan there, not South Sudan, but Sudan itself. And then the last group is Group F, where we have got Ivory Coast, we have got Cameroon, we have Gabon of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and lastly Mozambique. And in each group, there are 6 groups in total, and each group is having around 4 teams. That means in total we have 26 teams, not 26 rather, 24 teams that are going to battle for the upcoming African Cup of Nations, and there will only be one champion. Can Uganda make it to the finals and win the gong? So let's leave it there. And this one takes our trend to what's happening in European football, and I can confirm to you tonight the European night is bouncing back. I'm not talking about UEFA Europa League, Europa Conference, but I'm talking about the biggest tournament we have in Europe, that's UEFA Champions League. And Aston Villa tonight will be having a date with Celtic, and this game will be at Villa Park. The same time, Borussia Dortmund shall be tussling it out with the Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine, and this game will be taking place at Westfalen Stadion. For Atalanta, they'll be taking a trip away to Camp Nou to test the hostility of Barcelona. And for Bayern Munich, the champions of DAS 2021 and also way back 2013, they shall be sitting at Bavaria, they shall be sitting at Allianz Arena as they say hi to a team that comes from Slovakia called the Slovan Bratislava. Meanwhile, for the record holders, the Los Blancos, Real Madrid, they will have to leave the Santiago Bernabeu as they travel away to France to take on Brest. And for Girona, come tonight, they'll be entertaining the Gunners. That's Arsenal for you. Meanwhile, AC Milan, the second runners-up to that Real Madrid in terms of winning the gong, they'll be living there on San Siro as they travel away to Croatia to take on Dynamo Zagreb, and Inter Milan will be sitting at home as they say hi to that AS Monaco. And the last game to be played tonight will be the game between Soccer Lisboa Benfica as they shall be traveling away to Juventus. Then come tomorrow, Bayer Leverkusen will be taking on Sparta Prague of Czech as Feyenoord travels away to Lille in France. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, a must-win for them, but this one seems to be an easy fixer for them. But this is Champions League, whereby you face champions. For them, they'll be sitting at Etihad as they welcome Club Brugge of Belgium. For Liverpool, they'll be traveling away to that PSV Eindhoven. Remember, Liverpool has been on form. They have not lost any game. They only need a point to top the group as far as this season's group stages of UEFA Champions League is concerned. And for Atletico Madrid, this time don't expect them to sit at the Wanda Metropolitan, but they will be jetting away to that Salzburg in Austria. And then for Sporting Lisboa, that's Sporting Lisbon, they'll be sitting at home as they welcome Italian outfits called Bologna. For RB Leipzig, they'll be traveling away to that's Austria to take on Sturm Graz. The second last game to be played tomorrow will be the game between Stuttgart and Paris Saint-Germain, also a trick fixer for that's Paris Saint-Germain. And the last game Come tomorrow will be the game between Crvena Zvezda or as Red Star Belgrade of Serbia, as they'll be traveling away to Young Boys. Young Boys is a team that comes from Switzerland. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of NILEcast. It has been me, Benson Pastore, doing it for you. Let's link up again tomorrow at the same time and also for the same program. That's what is happening in the world of news.